Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, hello.
You can have a seat.
Thank you.
Get comfy. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
My name is Yadila Molina, and in today's presentation, I will be explaining to you how adopting a pet from a shelter is as rewarding as buying a pet from a pet shop. Here are some flyers to help you understand a little better the cause, which has to do with adopting a pet instead of buying a pet. Here we'll be talking a little more about how a pet from a shelter is different from a pet from a pet shop. Pets from a shelter need tender love and care, as do every animal. But also, pets from a shelter are spayed and neutered pets. These pets, you don't have to worry about getting them spayed or neutered. Pets from a pet shop do not come spayed and neutered. Pets from a pet shop, you have to go ahead and pay for that yourself and take them to a special place to have this procedure done. Um, on shelters, dogs get their shots, their checkups up to date. They're very healthy dogs, and also cats and pets. In a pet shop, it might not really be as the same. The dogs or cats might be a little sick, something that you can't really see right off the bat just by looking at the animal. You also have the choice that these animals are being trained. Most of the animals from a pet shop don't have this type of training. They're not housebroken. They don't, use the restroom and outside. They usually do it inside. Pets on a shelter do have training. They're housebroken, and most of these pets even come from homes already. They already know what it's like dealing with people and having a home, just that they've been under different circumstances and ended up in the shelter. Um, there are also there's also fraudulent things that happen with pet shops that you might not know about as a consumer. There's things that go on behind the scenes that you have no idea about. And also, pets from a shelter are cost effective. They cost way less than the outrageous prices that pet shops have. It's the same type of animal. And it is a dog. It could be pure breed. It could be mixed. Whatever your preference might be. But from a pet shop, they do have outrageous prices that really don't, you're not reasonable at all. So adopting from a shelter is worth it. Shelters are running out of space. These animals are being picked up from the street. They're being confiscated from owners that don't treat them in a humane way. These owners are people that don't take care of them. They do bad things to them, and these animals get taken away, and then they end up in a shelter. That's why these shelters are being more and more overcrowded as time goes by. As you can see in this picture, there's like, five kittens in one little cage, and this is because of the overcrowding that's going on in these shelters. I mean, you can help out one of them just by adopting one. That's one that's already being, taken out of the cage. Um, Shelters also have to feed these animals. They have to bathe them. They have to tend to them medically. Some of them do have medical necessities that have to be taken care of. Once the animal comes into the shelter, a lot of these pets have to be euthanized because once they've been there for a long time, then there is no other hope for them. Especially the ones that are older. Which older dogs and older cats are the ones that already have enough experience with people. They can also be companions and help out people. Time is running out for a lot of these animals, and there's something that you can do about it. You can end up, helping out. And then in the beginning of our discussion, I asked if you would consider adopting from a shelter or buying a pet from a pet shop.
Right.
So, do you guys?
I personally would purchase from a pet shop, but after listening to this, it definitely makes me think twice, and I would consider
Yeah.
adopting from a shop.
Also, if you can look at this picture, here is a dog that's behind a fence. I mean, he's caged up and he's just looking out with his little side eyes. Help me, you know? And you can take an animal from this to this. A happy home, a warm bed. They're gonna love you forever. It's the same animal that you might get at a pet shop, way cheaper price. He, can be house trained, will be an animal that maybe has been around people and been in a home setting, and it's all the better for them. And you will also be helping out society and be helping out your community by adopting a pet from the shelter. And that concludes our presentation.
Thank you.
You're welcome. For this presentation, Juan, how do you feel about adopting a pet from a shelter?
Well, at first I was against adopting a pet from a shelter and more about buying a brand new dog. But obviously, just listening to your presentation, I was able to understand the fact that I have the opportunity to get a pet that's already housebroken, and I have the opportunity to save money that can entail, allow me to spend more money on my kids.
That's awesome. That's good that I got my point across.
Thank you very much for making it clear for me.
You're welcome. Anytime.